Yo, Mike here from Backpacking TV, and last week I released a video about the new Explore Act, and a lot of people had a lot of interesting things to say about it in the comments. Some of it good, some of it bad. There was a lot of concern about some of the things that are written in the document, and I want to address some of what you all said because I read through your comments. And while I think there is a lot of confusion about the act and what it does, I also kind of agree with some of what you all were saying. I'm not a G-man. I'm not going to agree with everything the government does. Don't worry about that. I just think that, so a lot of this is good, but I definitely see kind of where your concerns come from. So when I was looking through the comments, I saw a lot of concern about broadband and overall connectivity in our parks. I think people were kind of worried about our parks turning into like, when you go to the grocery store and you got that mom pushing her kid around in a cart and he's just blasting Coco Melon, and if he drops his iPad, he starts screaming. We don't want that in the woods. And I know why you all are concerned about that. That makes a lot of sense to me. And what I should have specified in the video was that these are only going to be in certain areas of parks. So think very well-traveled places like visitor centers, things like that. I was going back through the document and I saw that there's a lot of wording implying that this kind of broadband connectivity isn't going to be available way out in the backcountry. They're not going to be building towers all the way out there. This is going to be something that's in some of the most well-traveled, dare I say, normie areas, places where a bunch of people go maybe walk for a mile or two and come back out. And I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing because I have plenty of experience in my job, what I do now, going to kind of far off places that I've never been before and going for hiking trips off on trails that I haven't been on. And when I come back, I'm totally screwed for directions because my phone won't connect to anything. And now I'm up on this mountain that I've never been to in my life. And I don't know how to get down. So I just drive through the night scared and confused until my phone gets service. I should really buy a paper map, huh? So that's kind of the way I was looking at it. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I can definitely see a cause for concern when it comes to camping in public campgrounds. Because it's true, you don't want people streaming Netflix and blasting it. You don't want people setting up, little work from home type situations out on a campsite that's right beside yours and having a Zoom meeting that you have to listen to while you're trying to relax. That would be no good at all. So I definitely see how that could become a point of concern there. But I think if you're going off on, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 miles in the woods and doing some backcountry camping, I don't think you're going to run into any brand new cell phone towers or internet infrastructure all the way out there. So another point of concern was the permitting system. So I'm referring to increased ease in which companies, guide companies, can get permits to take people out in the woods. Now I'm a little biased here because that was one of my first jobs, was working as a guide, taking people out on the Appalachian Trail, and we'd go out in little groups. I'm not sure what our permitting process looked like because we were tied to a university. Not sure if we even had them, but I loved how much fun it was to take these people out in the woods who have never been there before and take them out for 3, 4, 5 days in the woods and just see their eyes light up. These people, oftentimes when they join up guide services, it's because they don't know somebody that can take them out into the woods or take them out fishing. They don't know anybody, and so they hire a guide service, someone to work with them and kind of hold their hand while they get used to this big new, kind of intimidating world. I can see why, especially in the world of paddling, maybe, why additional guide services might be a pain in the butt, because now you've got more and more big 12-person rafts in what used to be kind of a more pristine place. And I can see how that would be a little bit frustrating. Don't know what to tell you there. I hope that things work out, and I hope you don't see a massive increase. I just hope that the people running these services get to keep a little bit more of their money. That's kind of what I think. That's the best case scenario for me. But I understand the concern there. Okay, so next up, we've got passes for us. So that's like the America the Beautiful pass. I saw a lot of comments talking about, oh, this is just the government kind of trying to make us pay to go outside and enjoy what should rightfully be ours. And it should rightfully be ours. And I think I kind of failed to get the point across that as far as I'm concerned, the America the Beautiful pass and the digitization of that is only going to affect places that required the America the Beautiful pass already, or at least some kind of pass to visit federal lands. Because some parks, you know, like Zion or Grand Canyon, you got to pay to get in. And this pass, it kind of pays for itself because you buy it once. Hello, kitty. We got a visitor. So you buy this pass once, and now you go to a bunch of cool national parks, and after 3 or 4 visits to parks, this pass has kind of paid for itself. So that makes it easier to get this pass, the America the Beautiful pass. I think I see people's concerns that because the digitization is coming of these passes, which long time due there, that it might make it easier to just charge additional fees for additional locations and just introduce more and more passes. But did you get that? I don't think that this is the case here. I think that the places that already charge for the passes are going to continue to, you know, charge for the passes. I don't think this is introducing new passes and new fees. I think it's just making it easier for those of us who want this pass to get it digitally and not have to hang on to the little card. Okay, next up, we've got multi-use trails. So this is something that, like I said in the previous video, I was a little concerned about because I didn't want mountain bikers on hiking trails where, you know, maybe we're walking around a corner and then some downhill mountain biker comes screaming around the corner at 55 miles an hour. That's no good. And I mountain bike. I love mountain biking, but I think you gotta, as the offspring says, keep them separated. And it looks like they're trying to do that, and it looks like we're going to have some additional trails. I don't think there's going to be much overlap, and I definitely, to one person's concern, I don't think that there's going to be so many new trails that it inhibits your ability to hunt, because I know there's rules about shooting within a certain distance of a trail, and he was a little concerned about that. I don't think that's going to be an issue because national forests are just so darn huge. I think 1 or 2 additional trails isn't really going to matter that much. So, yep, that's about it. I just wanted to address some of those points. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask and let me know. I think that this is a good thing. I really do. I think more money for national parks is always good because the national parks, it's one of the best things this country's ever done. We've got awesome, awesome parks, and we've got some awesome people that enjoy them. And if you're watching this channel, I guess this will be my last point here. If you're watching this channel, I know that you're somebody who most likely respects the wilderness that we have, the protected wilderness. And I know that a lot of this is a big pain in the butt. It's a big pain, permits and fees to experience what should be free and easy to get to. But the problem is that some people are kind of silly. Some people aren't good to the natural beauty that we have in this country. They take advantage of it and they litter and they act like general doo-doo heads. And these little fees and permits and blah, 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 they exist for a reason, and it's kind of a gatekeep to keep the people who would trash the place out. In my town where I grew up, we've got this awesome park. It's got great hiking, it's got mountain bike trails, it's got animals and enclosures, and they're not fit for the wild, so they've been rehabilitated and they live there, and you can see those like wolves and otters and stuff. It's really cool. And for 1 day a year, they let people in for free. And dude, when they let people in for free, they just trash the place. I think somebody fed one of the otters chocolate and it died. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. It's crazy stuff. And a little bit of trouble, a little bit of rigmarole, it kind of keeps those those people out. It's horrible to say, I know. So yeah, that's about it. I think this is a good thing. I don't think we'll see much bad come from it. I can understand the hesitancy when it comes to permitting, but permits are something that we've dealt with for a long time, and we'll always continue to deal with them. It's kind of the way it is. But we got some great parks, don't we? So let's enjoy those. And maybe I'll see you all out there. You take it easy. I'm Mike with Backpacking TV, and I will catch you next time.